Welcome back to my channel, everyone. It is time for a pregnancy update. I am currently 27 weeks pregnant. I am ending my second trimester, so I'm here to let you guys know how it went. I did do a video for my first trimester, week by week, explaining to you guys all of my symptoms, and I did say that I was going to try to do one for every trimester. So here we are ending the second trimester. I can't believe it's here already. I can't believe I'm going to my third trimester. It's just crazy to me, but I have been feeling a little sick, so let's go make some soup first to get those nutrients in my body so that I could hopefully feel better. Unfortunately, I got sick this past weekend. My sister, I think, got something and she gave it to my parents and I. The only one that hasn't gotten sick is my husband, and I hope he doesn't get sick, but I have been feeling a little bit better. It's more of a stuffy nose, not really coughing or anything like that, but I have been experiencing a stuffy nose from the start of my pregnancy because of one of the symptoms that's part of pregnancy. So I'm not quite sure exactly if I am sick. I have days where I felt a little bit warmer, so I want to say that I am sick, but again, it could just be all the mucus in my nose that's like clogging up because of one of the pregnancy symptoms. But anyways, let's go make that caldo first because I am starving, and we'll be right back to all the symptoms. Taste test time.
Bomb, baby.
You lying to me? For sure.
Positive.
Yummy.
Bomb.
Alrighty then, nice and full. This is a belly bump slash food bump since I just ate. 6 months, 3 weeks pregnant. I made myself a little tea to enjoy because I am cold, and just to have something to be able to drink throughout this video. Let me get comfortable. So let's get started with second trimester. I honestly want to start off by saying that I've been feeling very blessed with this pregnancy because I imagined it being a lot worse, and although I still have the third trimester left, so I don't want to jinx it, I do want to say that I feel great, and I just expected it to be hell. And it's been pretty smooth for me, for my experience, for yeah, just my experience. I think I've heard a lot of horror stories and just a lot of negative things when it comes to pregnancy, that I myself was scared to be pregnant for so long, and now that it actually happened, I always tell my husband and my family, I think God wants me to have more children because he knows that if I would have suffered, I would have been like, this is it, I'm done, we're just having one, because I was even contemplating having one. So yeah, here we are. I'm 6 months, 3 weeks pregnant, ending 27 weeks, and entering my third trimester, entering my 7th month, and I feel so grateful because it's been good so far. So please send me those positive vibes so that I end this pregnancy great. I know that third trimester gets tough because the belly grows. I do feel like I get a little bit more out of breath now, but I feel great. Let's start with the week that I left off of on the first trimester, or the week after I should say. On the first trimester video that I made, if you haven't watched it, I'll link it down in the description box, where I explained all of my symptoms during the first trimester week by week. Here I will be continuing with week 14. I hope it shouldn't take too long, because to be honest, I think I mentioned in my prior video that after week 9 I started feeling a lot better. I was feeling more nauseous towards the beginning of the first trimester, but nothing extreme, nothing to where I was throwing up. It was just feeling nauseous when I would wake up if I didn't eat on time, which I learned to manage that in the first trimester. Now I could thankfully get away with eating a little bit later without feeling nauseous. But I think that was like the major thing, and then just being constipated, really constipated throughout the first trimester. Thankfully that has smoothed out as well. And that's that I'm not eating quite the I hadn't been eating quite the cleanest, and it's because for the first trimester I felt more nauseous, and I was just trying to stay as healthy as possible. The second trimester, since I wasn't feeling nauseous at all anymore, I did kind of get carried away and started eating out more, because I was actually enjoying food as I was before I got pregnant. But other than that, yeah, I've been staying active. Yeah, week 14 I was still having sore boobs, little nausea, constipated. That's pretty much it. Week 15 I was experiencing more headaches, swollen gums, and there was times that I would get dizzy when getting up too fast. Again, nothing crazy. It was just like little things here and there. It wasn't an everyday thing. It's just things that I would notice. Then we have week 16, where I had headaches. The only thing that I've noticed different is that if I eat eggs, I do feel nauseous after eating them. Again, not to where I'm throwing up, but I do feel just nauseous. That's the only thing that I've noticed that's different. Week 17, runny stuffy nose. I've been having this for most of my pregnancies. Something that I did not know that would happen was having strong body odor. That was a new one to me. I had no clue that it was a thing. This is what I thought. I had just gotten a new deodorant, so I was thinking, man, I bought a crappy deodorant that doesn't work, because I would put it on and within like 30 minutes to an hour after, I would start feeling like I didn't put deodorant. I felt like I smelled, until I finally realized, I looked it up, and it's actually a thing for you to have a stronger body odor because of pregnancy. I think I saw somewhere that it's just us that is able to smell ourselves, just how our smelling senses increases. Same with our body, it's just us who can tell more, but I'm not sure about that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just yourself that's able to smell yourself stronger. And I think I read that it was because it's your body getting ready for the baby to come, and when the baby comes out, it'd be easier for the baby to start smelling you. But then that kind of contradicts of you being the only one that smells yourself stronger. You see, I don't know, but I think it's for the baby. I think it's that so when you give birth to the baby's able to smell you. The baby will recognize your own scent and will be able to recognize when you're close to them or something like that. But that was very interesting to me. That's something that I was not expecting. I did mention in my prior video that I felt my baby move for the first time at 13 weeks. It was just for one day, and then I didn't feel it at all. I didn't feel him at all, since now we know the gender of the baby. Up until I have it at week 17 that I started feeling baby flutters again. It was very light, and this being my first time being pregnant, I wasn't too sure. I want to say they were baby flutters. I want to say it was the baby, but again, I wasn't like 100% sure until week 20 that I felt the harder baby kick. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, these are definitely baby kicks. So I don't really have any symptoms after this. Again, it was just like I don't even feel my boobs as sore anymore. That was something that I felt throughout my whole first trimester. They were super sore. So it kind of just started fading away, and thinking about it, I don't feel them sore anymore, thankfully. So as my belly started growing little by little, I feel like I'm one of the ones that it took a while for the belly to grow. And me being someone that was up and down on my weight, if you followed me on here for a while, you know that I've shared my weight loss journey on here. So it was a little hard to kind of distinguish what was my belly and what was my baby belly. And a lot of the times I would just think, it's just me bloated, it's not the baby belly. It wasn't until week 20 that I finally started feeling my stomach get a little bit harder, more towards the bottom, but still the baby belly was still like an iffy thing for me. Even at 25 weeks, I feel like the belly would be more of a food belly because I could be fine throughout the whole day, but it was until more like dinner, when I had a heavier meal, that I felt my stomach would get a lot more rounder. But again, it was only after eating, so it was just kind of confusing to know, is this just my belly fat or is it the baby? You know, it was kind of just hard to distinguish as someone who already had somewhat of a belly, if that makes sense. As far as symptoms go, it's just the only thing that I feel that has really stuck has been the runny nose, the stuffy nose. I have it down here on the bottom, but I sleep with a humidifier every night and it definitely has helped. It's, I think, through the Vicks brand. I don't want to pick it up because it comes apart and then the water will spill, but I post a picture on here. It definitely has helped me with feeling better because it was something that was keeping me up at night because I felt like I couldn't breathe. So having a humidifier definitely has helped a lot with feeling congested and just having that stuffy nose. At week 20, that's when I said I started for sure. I was like, this is the baby moving. At week 21, I didn't think it was gonna happen this soon, but my husband felt the baby kick for the first time and it was another amazing moment. I didn't believe it could happen that soon. I wasn't expecting it because I think I had looked it up and it said it was further once you were further along. And that night we were laying down and I was feeling the baby move inside me, and I had told him, man, I wish you could feel the baby move because it just, how do I explain it? There's times where in the past I would be like, well, why do the girls have to be the ones to get pregnant and suffer and all of that? But being pregnant and feeling the first time the baby kicks, it makes you, at least for me, it made me feel very lucky to be able to be the one to experience that, but sad at the same time that my husband would never feel that, if that makes sense. So we were laying there and then he ends up putting his hand over my belly, but not that we were expecting, or not that, it was just him, you know, bonding with my belly and my baby, our baby. And he feels the kicks and he asked me, because I had been feeling him but I didn't think he would feel him, so he asked me, oh my god, I felt movement, was that the baby? And I was like, you felt it? It was like such a like exciting moment, and my llorona ass, I started crying, and I'm glad that he was here for that. I'm glad that we were just able to share that moment. And yeah, after that, every night, ever since that night, every night he puts his hand on my belly to feel the baby and say goodnight. And I'm normally feeling the baby at night, so he gets to feel him too. At week 21, Alex felt the baby for the first time. At week 22, I had my anatomy scan. Baby was great, everything came out okay. I was a little bit more nervous because the anatomy scan is where they do a more detailed inspection, I guess, on the baby through the ultrasound. They measure the baby more intensely. They just want to make sure that everything's okay with the baby and the mom, and it's more of a longer doctor's appointment to just make sure that baby's okay. So everything came out okay, thankfully. I'll even put a little clip on here of the baby looking right at us. It was just a little weird because it's just the skull outline, you know, so it was a little weird, but that's my cute baby right there. He was looking right at us. And then the last time we saw the baby, I don't have any more updates for the rest of the weeks. Again, there was nothing much to update. I've been feeling great. symptoms faded away. All my symptoms have been very short and just nothing crazy, you know. So the last time we saw the baby was at 25 weeks, and on that one we did get to finally have a profile of the baby, but the image was not too clear. I'll try to post that on here as well. And then I did find out that I have to get the I think it's called the ROGAM shot, which I'm gonna go get this week because of my blood type. There is higher risk, from what I understood, when it comes to delivery and my future pregnancies, if my baby is RH positive, I believe that's the word. Then they explained it to me as my body will try to attack the fetus, the baby, and try to get rid of it because it thinks it's something that's going to put me in danger. It's something foreign, and it's just something that is not part of my body. So yeah, it was a little scary to hear, but they said that once I get that shot, I guess the shot is they insert a little bit of the RH positive so that your body can get used to it, and then you don't have any complications when it comes to delivery. Because if the baby's blood is different from my type, or it's RH negative or positive, I don't remember now, but do your own research, because I'm trying to say what I remember here. If it sees it as a threat, my body would try to create antibodies to try to get rid of it. So it's to be able to prevent that. So if any of you have gotten it, let me know. From what I was told, doesn't affect you or the baby. I do need to go get that done at the hospital because they didn't do it at the doctor's office that I go to. So I'm gonna go to the hospital to get that done this week. But let me know how your experience was with that. I had never really heard about it, so it was just something new for me. So that's my little update for my second trimester. Like I said, I've been feeling really good, thankfully. I am starting to definitely feel a little bit more overwhelmed though, and scared, I would say, just because I don't have anything ready. And I am a huge procrastinator, but we have tried to little by little start organizing things here just to make room for the baby. But I do want us to work on the nursery. The plan here, as of now, I'm thinking is to clear out my office, and I'm going to get a smaller desk and move it into my beauty room. So that just will be my beauty room slash office slash closet, and my office will be the baby's nursery. Yeah, so we have the nursery to work on. The baby shower, we haven't planned it yet. I am kind of stuck in doing it or not doing it because I want to make sure that I get all the things I need for the baby. So to me, in my head, it's, do I throw a party? Because it would be a party because we have a pretty big family. So do I do that, or do I use that money to buy the things that I need for the baby? Because I have to see if it's gonna just be worth it. Because what if I do throw the party and I don't get the things that I needed for the baby? And although I'm sure it's a lot of help to get showered with gifts, I know I've heard there's like a little fly flying around here. I know I've heard times where like people don't stick to the registry, and although any gift is appreciated, I know people take time to create a registry because they need those items and they want to get the things that they actually need. And I know some people get excited and they get their own things, and because they think something's cuter or you know whatever. And although I'm gonna appreciate any gift if we do the baby shower, I am scared to end up having to spend more with the party than to just investing that in the things that the baby actually needs. So that's where we're at right now. We have like 3 months left, right? January, March, we have like 3 months left, and I didn't want to have my baby shower closer to my due date, but by the looks of it, because we have actually my cousin's baby shower in January, the weekends are already getting taken, so I might have to do it probably like a month before my due date, which is what I was trying to avoid. So that's another thing that is kind of stopping me from doing it, because I don't want to have a big belly. I don't know how big I'm gonna get, you know. I don't want to be huge and tired and have to deal with a party. So I don't know, I'll keep you guys updated on that. It's just something that we got to think about still. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. That's my little update for my second trimester. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Love you guys. Besos.